Hola, clase. This lesson is all about the verb ser. Now, the past few weeks we've been using estar a lot. Ser means the same thing, but it's used in different instances. We don't have anything like this in English. We just have one way of saying to be. But in Spanish, there's two different ways and they're used for different things, so it's a little tricky. So we've used estar a lot and went over some of those uses in the previous lessons. Today, we're focusing on ser. Now, I'm going to give a very big generalization, but I feel like it really helps. This is not like 100% always the case, but it is the majority of cases, or at least a good way of thinking about it. Estar is more temporary states of being, and ser is more permanent states of being. So things that don't change or don't change easily. So for example, if you want to ask someone, how are you? You say, ¿Cómo estás? You're using estar because that is a temporary thing. How are you right now? I might be happy right now, but if I get some sad news, I'll be sad. That changes quickly. But if you're asking, ¿Cómo es Pablo? That's like, what is Pablo like? So you might answer with, Pablo es inteligente, Pablo es alto, right? So Pablo's tall, he's intelligent, he's tall. Those are things that don't change on a whim, like emotions, you know. So ser is more permanent characteristics. Pages 46 through 49 in our book go over ser, and they give a lot of specifics about when to use ser. But if you have trouble remembering all the specific instances, just remember ser is more permanent, the more permanent things. So some of the specifics of when ser is used. It's used to describe a subject's identity or nature. Okay, so some of the more permanent characteristics. So the most common use of ser is to define the subject or express the subject's basic traits, right? To tell what something is like. It's used to describe nationalities, professions, relationships, and personality traits, because those things don't change, or at least don't change easily. So there's some examples there. Then on the next page, more uses of ser. Ser is used to describe a subject's personal characteristics, including age, character, and appearance. Again, some of those more permanent characteristics. It's like old, young, nice, mean, handsome, ugly. Those are all ser. Ser is also used to express nationality, religion, shape, size, color, and number, defining characteristics. Some more permanent things. Page 48, ser is used in impersonal expressions such as it is true or it is possible, in which it does not refer to a particular subject. So just kind of generalizations. You won't use estar, you'll use ser. Es. Ser is also used to tell time. Some adjectives can express either a permanent or temporary characteristic. To describe a permanent characteristic, use ser. To use a temporary condition, use estar. So the example they give is él es sordo. He is deaf, like permanently deaf. Won't ever hear again. Él está sordo means he's temporarily deaf. It says perhaps due to a cold, but maybe he's got like a loud noise and there's a ringing in his ear, but the hearing will come back, or whatever. Temporary versus permanent. And then page 49, de donde eres, where are you from? It goes along with nationality, right? So you'll always use ser with that. I probably should have went over this at the very beginning. On page 46, you have the forms of ser. It's a very irregular verb. So you just have to memorize the forms. So, yo soy, I am. Tú eres, you are. Él or ella es. Nosotros somos. Vosotros sois. And ellos or ellas or ustedes son. So soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. So try to remember those because this is maybe the most common verb in the whole language, especially es, is, right? How often do we say is? All the time. So that is, in a nutshell, all about ser. Adios.